Hi, fans. Thanks for clicking the dreaded Rose report. Got a lot of news here. I'm going to skip around on some of this stuff here because I don't want to leave you on the internet too long on this site and listening to me. Who wants to do that? But anyway, Mattel revealed several firsts for them at the Ringside Fest in New York City the other day. Includes the first Umaga figure, Bayley, Kevin Owens, and Sasha Banks. I think you can see them on WWE's website. All right, what else have I got here? There's a lot of WWE Network issues with lagging and full screen playback during last night's, what was it, Saturday night's Madison Square Garden special. I didn't watch it, streaming. I watched it later, but seemed all right later. If you had any, problems, let me know, and maybe they'll see it and let them know. All right, WWE NXT is running a lot more matches and on locations more lately. Louder Than Life Festival in Louisville, Kentucky the other day. Triple H, Matt Bloom, the big-headed guy, Albert, were overseeing Saturday's matches, which will reportedly air, I guess, on the network soon. Triple H flew from Louisville to New York City for last night's, Saturday night's M.S.G special. M.S.G, and that's something that's in food that's not good. I don't know. It sounds like it. All right, there was a possible injury to Jack Swagger at the other night's live event in Bangor, Maine, and apparently he's fine and was just selling the beatdown from Braun Strowman. Probably don't have to sell that too much, but he sold it. Wrestling legend Bobby Fulton turns 55 years old today, while Abyss turns 42. Linda McMahon, 67 years old. All right. Heard that Natalya's win over Sasha Banks at the other night's live event in Bangor was really a good match. Natalya posted the following after the match and said she found something she had lost earlier in the summer. Maybe that was her wrestling skills. I don't know. All right, there was a minor incident with a fan at Los Matadors when they were at the Saturday's event in Bangor. After the Lucha Dragons won the triple threat over Los Matadors and the Ascension, one of the Matadors spoke with WWE security and pointed out a fan at ringside. That fan was then ejected from the show. It wasn't clear exactly what happened, but a fan may have tried to grab or pull one of the Matadors, I guess. And kind of still waiting to see. I don't think anything major happened, but could have been a big misunderstanding too. You never know. All right, after suffering a stinger at the hands of Eva Marie on Friday's NXT live event in Nashville, Carmella was at ringside for Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy at Saturday's NXT event and the Louder Than Life Festival down in Louisville. Carmella appeared to be fine, but she didn't do any wrestling. All right, at the Larger Than Life Saturday show, here's what happened there. Chad Gable took on Jason Jordan took on Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. Eva Marie took on Emma. Yeah, Emma's still around. Bull Dempsey took on Elijah Sampson. Byron Corbin took on Samoa Joe. Ty Dillinger wrestled Apollo Crews. Alexis Bliss took on Bayley, women's champion. The Mechanics and NXT champions, the Vaudevillians, took on each other. Tyler Breeze and NXT champion Finn Balor wrestled. And Bray Wyatt, man, suffered some bad cuts, I guess, on his hand and head during the no DQ match with Roman Reigns at the other night's Bangor main event. Apparently, a hand injury came from a kendo stick shot, and trainers taped up Wyatt's hand, which he went on to lose the match, though. But Wyatt's hand was profusely bleeding as well, and may have worsened his head cut, or a lot worse than his head cut, which was bad. The ref did stop the match to get Wyatt's hand fixed. Seems like his head's fine, though. Doctors taping him up, so we'll see probably some results of that tonight on Raw. All right. Madison Square Garden results. Don't know whether you have that or not. Sheamus and Rusev taking on Randy Orton and Ziggler, RKO for the pin. Stardust versus Neville, Red Arrow, got the pin on that. Team Bella versus Team PCB. Nikki gets the rack attack on Paige for the win. A little more going on there, too. All right, WWE's Intercontinental match with Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. I kind of suspect Owens kind of raked Jericho's eyes and got the win over them. Tag team match was Dudley Boys taking on New Day. Devon covers for the win, but it's broken up by Woods. It ends up in a DQ. Big Show taking on Brock Lesnar. Lesnar, of course, wins, and he laughs and stuff. He left the whole arena, and then came back with Heyman and farted around and suplexed Big Show a bunch more times, and then left. Big Show kind of rolls out. Steel cage match was Rollins taking on Cena. Rollins climbs to the top of the cage, got ready to go over and jump down, and all at once Kane's music hits, and he decided he's going to stay back in there. So he went back in, and Cena did the AAA for the win. All right, Raw tonight, taking place at the TD Gardens in Boston, with more hype for Hell in a Cell. Superstars being announced as the usual suspects plus Lesnar. No match has been announced, but here's some of the things that's supposed to be going on. Let's say the focus points. How are Reigns and Wyatt preparing for Hell in a Cell? Will Lesnar follow up with his win over Big Show with a message for Undertaker? Might be. How will the Dudleys respond now that they've been denied title shots again? And the Diva division, are they going to continue to implode on each other, and will Team Bad continue to capitalize on it? And on this day in 1997, you old school wrestlers, think back, former WCW and NWA tag team, world heavyweight tag champion, Brian Pillman died at the age of only 35 years old. And on the website of Diamond Dan on Facebook page, got a video of Batista talking about how he landed Mr. Jinx's role in the James Bond movie coming out. It's going to be 007 Spectre. He's talking about knocking on doors and stuff, and all wants to get auditions. What else have I got here? TNA Wrestling and Sony 6 announced the extensive India media tour coming up and talent search. And I guess last year they found somebody named Sarah, and been training him, that's his last name, for quite a bit, to work with TNA. And I guess Kurt Angle, the way it looks, has been doing a lot of follow-up work with him. And they're going back on tour, looking for more people with Kurt Angle, I believe. Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore, I'm about done. November 13th, Philadelphia is going to be Dreamer and Tajiri taking on Ethan Carter III and Eric Young. Bobby Roode taking on Austin Aries. Rhino taking on Abyss. Lad Hoyt taking on Chris Hero. Eddie Kingston taking on Tommaso Ciampa. And Tony Nese taking on Alex Reynolds versus TJ Dunn. There's three-way on that. You know what I just happened to notice? They don't have, apparently House of Hardcore don't have no titles, huh? The next night in New York City. That other one's in Philadelphia. This is in New York. Dreamer and Ethan Carter III in a New York street fight. Austin Aries and Bobby Roode issues a tag team open challenge to Jerry taking on Chris Hero. Jade taking on Thea Trinidad with Velvet Sky special guest referee. Hey, do you remember a while back a guy named Nathan Jones in WWE? Big monster guy. Anyway, he appeared in Mad Max Fury Road. Well, he's still a monster. Now he's got a movie starring role in Charlie's Farm that's going to be hitting DVD about November 3rd, I guess it'll be coming out on it. Anyway, a little bit of the synopsis on it. In an effort to do something different, four friends head to Australia outback to explore Charlie's Farm, the site where a violent family met their ends at the hands of an angry mob. Despite all warnings, they persist in their horror-seeking adventures. Once their four friends are unaware that they're being watched. I think I've seen that movie before. Anyway, while exploring the property to prove the myth, they encounter Charlie, who shows them that some legends never die. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.